Today, class, we are going to be learning about figurative language. Now, can anyone name any examples of figurative language before we start? I want to see what I'm working with you guys.
Simile.
Ooh, good job,
Metaphor.
Steven. Do what?
Metaphor.
Okay, you're there, Mike. Heather, do you have one or
Pass.
pass?
What?
Hyperbole.
Man, you're on fire tonight, Mike.
Exaggeration.
Not quite. But you guys have a general grasp on what's going on, so let me just go ahead and move on to the next slide for you. According to dictionary.com, what is figurative language? Figurative language is language that uses words or expressions with a meaning that is different than the literal interpretation. So, will you guys stop passing notes in class? Thank you. Okay. For example, if you ever want to know a good example of what figurative language is, just watch Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a character on there that takes everything literally. And so if you use a simile, use a hyperbole, it goes right over his head. He won't know what it is. First one we're going to talk about is metaphors. Metaphor is a comparison made between things which are essentially not alike. For example, the cast on Michael's leg was like a plastic shackle, or a plaster shackle, sorry. So if you're trying to imagine what a shackle is, something like handcuffs or it's kind of holding you close together, there's just a cast on his leg. It's keeping it in place. So they're trying to draw a connection there. You guys still with me? You following?
Yes,
Sounds great.
Okay. The second one we got, which I believe Steven said, is a simile. A simile is like a metaphor, but it often uses the words like or as. So example, they fight like cats and dogs. You're just trying to make a connection that'll help them understand. Next, we have personification, which is essentially giving person-like traits to something that is not a person. The example we have here is, the stairs groaned as we walked on them. We kind of understanding where the personal trait is in there, what word exemplifies this?
Could you pinpoint it for me?
Yeah, absolutely. The stairs groaned.
It'd be grown because that's a personal trait.
There you go. It's a noise that would be made from a person. Great job, Stephen. Way to stay on task over there. The next word that we have is hyperbole. Do I need to talk to you guys outside?
No, we're okay.
Okay, just making sure. The next word that we have here is hyperbole. It is exaggerating, often in a funny way, to make a particular point. The example we have here. It was so cold, the polar bear was wearing a jacket. Now, do we understand why that is funny? What the point is being made?
Because it's a polar bear.
What about the
jacket?
It's just
Okay.
extreme exaggeration.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it could just literally be a polar bear wearing a jacket.
No, this is hyperbole.
It's a
It's
hyperbole.
literally,
I know that.
in the definition, it says exaggerating.
I know.
So it's not literally, it's
I know.
making a big jump.
This whole process is comparing two things. It's not taking it literal.
You're-
Making
you're-
fun of the
you're
last
getting there.
word.
We need to take this seriously. We have people trying to learn. So, the next one, guys, now stop making fun of it, okay? It's not nice. The next word that we have going on is symbolism. It is when a noun has meaning in itself and is used to represent something entirely different. So you have the American flag that might symbolize patriotism, freedom. If you see a big bat signal in the sky, most likely it's supposed to be symbolizing that Batman is near and that he's coming to save the day. Is that kind of making sense to everyone here?
Mhm.
Yep.
The next one, does anyone know how to pronounce this?
Onomatopoeia.
There we go. What do you get
Yeah.
in the game finally, Heather? So- Before I go on to this, because you guys have known some of the other ones, does anyone know what an onomatopoeia is?
Nah.
Could you spell that for me?
Onomatopoeia. Now I'll turn this back around so you can't see the definition. Does anyone know what an onomatopoeia is?
No, I honestly have no idea.
Is it like a hyperbole?
Not even.
Like exaggeration?
I know it's it's like
It's a
a.
comparison of two things?
It's the similarity of like.
It's more of how you describe
The-
something.
Yeah, it's the
It's- you're getting there?
similarity of how you're describing what that thing is.
Not quite.
Like
Okay.
the description goes with what
Is it a
the
play on
actual
words?
thing is.
Yeah, you're
That's
getting
what
there.
I'm trying
Okay.
to say.
So, I'll give you the definition. The definition of onomatopoeia is naming an action by imitating the sound associated with it. So, before I give you an example, can anyone think of an example of something that we have named by the sound that accompanies it.
What was the definition again?
Naming an action by imitating the sound associated with it. The buzzing of a bee, because
you
when
go.
it's flying, we call it buzzing because that's what it sounds like. You could even use that like,
The roaring of a lion.
yeah, sure. We can use that.
The meowing of the cat.
Okay, so I got this right here for you guys. See, you're taking some good notes over there, so let me know when I'm good to move on.
You're good to go.
Good to go. Thank you, Michael. The next one is an idiom. The definition of an idiom is an expression used by a particular group of people with the meaning only known through common use. When you use these, it can be considered a cliche. And a cliche is just something that is said over and over again, like you play to win the game. It's really simple. It doesn't have a deep meaning to it, but it's said a lot. It just kind of loses meaning over time. Yes, Michael?
So would this include like everyday slang and stuff like that?
Not quite. Not quite.
I think it was a cultural thing. So most cultures have a distinguishing thing. Like they would say words that they would understand, but other cultures would not. So I figured it might fit in as idiom.
Yes and no. You're not wrong on slang, but slang is more a word, whereas an idiom is going to be a whole phrase.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So when you're looking at the example I have written up here is someone having a chip on their shoulder,
Okay, that makes sense.
which essentially means someone maybe holding a grudge or coming out saying, hey, I have something to prove here. You hear that a lot with sports and athletes where you have like a low round draft pick who's trying to prove himself in the league and they're like, hey, he's got a chip on his shoulder, he's playing like it. I see someone taking notes. Give us just a moment, Mike. Are we all good, everyone? Okay. The last one that I have here is metonymy.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I haven't either.
You learn
Well,
something
good,
new every day.
because the more you learn, or the more you know, the less you don't. So I'm glad you guys are learning stuff today. This is a figure of speech where one thing is replaced with a word closely associated to another. So, if you're saying, oh, it's the crown over in England, the crown is closely represented with someone that's in power, whether it's the king, queen, prince, whoever. The other one that we have down here is pen, like you're penning a note to someone. You are having someone write it for you.
That's interesting.
Okay. I'm the teacher. I'm here to help you learn. Everyone all good over there? You guys have been good so far. Okay, so as these slideshows over, I will leave this out for you guys. You guys have a little mini activity to do. I need you guys to number 1 through 5. Stay on your paper so you have. I gave you guys 9 examples of things here. Actually, I believe it's 8 examples. And you get to pick whatever 5 you want, but I need you to write an example of 5 of them. So a simile, a metaphor, and it doesn't matter what 5 you do. And like I said, I will leave this back out for you guys if you need to scroll through and see the definition. My only rule is that you guys do not use the example that
What
I
was
have
the
given you
assignment?
guys. Stephen, when I'm talking, you are supposed to pay attention. That's how class works. Okay, you've numbered 1 through 5. Yes. And everything that we went through, I said I gave you guys about 8 different types of figure of language. You are going to write an example of each one.
And then just say which one we chose.
Yeah, you're going to say whichever one you chose.
Okay.
Now, because I know how this class can be, we are going to be sharing them, so I'd like you to keep them at least mostly
We
appropriate.
have to present.
Yes. So I will give you guys about 2 minutes. Mike, if you'd stop whispering so that Heather can focus.
You can't cheat, Mike.
I'm talking to myself. I'm
Steven.
sorry.
Like I said, if you guys need to be reminded of a definition or something, The laptop and the PowerPoint is right there. Just do not steal the examples that are already on there. Give you guys just around another minute.
Holy crap, that's not enough time.
Do you guys need a little more time?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Gotta flip one real quick, Heather. Is that okay?
Yep.
Cool.
That's where I was going anyway.
You guys are working real hard. Way to stay focused and really knock this out. Stephen, there are no phones in class. I'm gonna need you to put that down.
I'm like struggling here.
Hey, Stephen, how about you finish your next two and then you can text whoever you need to back. Is it gonna be possible for us to wrap this up in the next minute and a half?
Yeah.
Are you serious or?
I literally have two.
I have one.
But you have so much on your page.
Yeah,
Did you take really good notes?
I panic. I have like test anxiety, I swear.
Right?
Okay, everybody, we all good with our 5 figure of language parts?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Who wants to go first for me? Okay, Steven.
Are we gonna like rotate, or are we gonna do all
Would you,
five
would you like to rotate or would you like to do all 5 at once? Here, let's do this. Anyone that has a similar one, so if everyone has a simile, we'll go through at a time
Alright,
like
I have
that.
a simile. I'll go first with my simile. And
Alright.
if anyone else has a simile, just follow up. My foot smells like an old rag.
Yeah, there you go. Especially probably on days after you got back from the gym.
Yep, or golfing. Yep.
Yeah, that too, okay.
Your turn.
Do you have a simile over there, Heather?
Yes, his head was as round as a basketball.
Yes. I
I knew that's right.
The word as, yeah.
What do you have, Mike?
The road was as hot as the sun.
Perfect. Okay.
I've got personification.
Anyone
I
else?
do too.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
The rain pounded the roof.
Ooh, that's a good one. Like a fist
Yeah.
or a foot stomping. Perfect. Do you have
Personification?
Yeah.
The traffic is slower than a snail.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's person or human-like qualities.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then
That's right.
Why don't we call it objectification?
The wind howled at the night.
Wind held at the night.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Metaphor. This room is as cold as a refrigerator. Even though I use the word as, but
I don't think that's quite it because you used the word like or as.
this room is a refrigerator.
There you go. That can work.
Did you do it?
Nope.
Alright, so the pen was mightier than the sword.
Man, spot on, Mike.
What
Good
did you
job.
say- What'd you say?
The pen was mightier than the sword.
Hyperbole.
Okay.
I'm so hungry I could eat everything in a whole grocery store.
Ooh, very good one. Did you do hyperbole, Heather?
Yep.
Okay, let's hear it then.
The car was as fast, or
He needs the word as.
yep, I'm done.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll,
then.
we'll come back to you and you can fix
You
it
can make
later.
one up on the spot.
It was raining cats and dogs.
Man, look at you.
Gotta go
That's a
class.
good one, Michael. Onomatopoeia. The roaring of a lion.
Okay, there you go. Got a sound. What do you have for yours, Heather?
Snapping of your fingers.
Ooh,
Oh, that's an original.
yeah.
The banging of a drum.
Okay, perfect.
You have to come up with a hyperbole because you.
I will, but I have symbolism.
Oh, you haven't finished.
No.
We're all done.
Well,
Well, what's your symbol? What's your symbol you have?
skull and crossbones stands for death.
Oh man, you got a little dark on us here, Heather.
That's okay.
Shouldn't simile use like or as though?
No, she
She
just
said symbolism.
Oh!
It's okay. These S words are hard, Stephen.
That's all of them.
Okay. Well, good job today, class. Heather, homework for you. You have to come up with hyperbole and bring it in
Is it
tomorrow.
time for recess?
Not quite.
Lunch?
You guys got lunch first. So be good the rest of the day. Thank you for helping out here. Bye.